Hey guys, thanks for watching Weddings by Cled. We made it to 2021. Oh my gosh, here we are. It's a brand new year, and our Weddings by Cled team has been thinking of lots of different ideas to bring you for our T&A, tips and advice session. And today we came up with a fun one. At every single wedding, there's always something that kind of makes me scratch my head and just go, what the f***? Now, I'm gonna try to be nice and I'm gonna say WTF, and I know Jacob's gonna bleep me out, but you know what? Sometimes there's no other way to describe what these things are. And these are things that we see our couples do, that we see our brides do, that we see bridal party do, that we see guests do, and that we see vendors do sometimes even. So we're gonna break them down for you today, and we're just gonna go through the list. So on the bride couple end, one of the things I see that really makes me go WTF is cheap disposables. I mean, come on people, like I understand you wanna save money, and there's lots of really high-end disposable flatware, silverware that you can get out there, but when you get the really cheap ones and there's food like dripping through people's plates, and you know, I've had those wine glasses where the stem comes off, like while you're drinking your wine, that's no bueno. I mean, come on, it's your wedding. Next one's plastic tablecloths. I'm not gonna even touch that one. I mean, really, plastic tablecloths? It's a wedding, not a picnic. One of the things I see that I don't like are when brides make these crazy demands on their bridesmaids. I actually won't name any names, but did a wedding like 15 years ago, and I still run into one of the bridesmaids that was in it, and she still talks about how this bride made them all wear their hair the same way. And she made them all wear the same jewelry, but the hair really threw me. It's like, really? These are grown-ups, okay? I mean, I understand if you don't want to see something completely outrageous, but don't tell grown-ups how to wear their hair. I mean, let go of a little bit of the control, okay? Another one that makes me go WTF is inappropriate music. Now, I'm not into censorship, but at your wedding, you want to kind of, you know, please everyone that's there during the reception, make sure everybody has a good time. So you may love heavy metal. You know, I mean, there's some genres out there that are pretty progressive, and there is nothing wrong with that. But come on, people, a wedding is no place for heavy metal. I mean, do we really want to subject our guests to that? So again, while it may be something that you love, don't put that on your guests. I mean, come on, heavy metal, really? One of my biggest pet peeves and my WTFs that I see sometimes is not saying thank you. I mean, come on. You should really write a thank you note. I know it's 2021 and you know, it's the age of doing everything online, but somehow you need to acknowledge that these guests went out, bought you a gift, and thought of you on your big day. So it's never okay not to say thank you. Okay, this is a big WTF for me, and I know you've heard me talk about it before. Making guests buy their own drinks. Making guests buy their own anything. I mean, come on, would you invite people to your house and make them spend money on something that they're being served? No, you wouldn't. So I do not believe in cash bars. I don't think it's ever okay. So just do what you can afford or don't do it at all. But don't make guests shell out cash to buy drinks at a wedding. It's not a bar, it's your wedding. Now, another huge WTF for me is when we make guests either wait or we are late. Number one, don't be late for your ceremony. I have sat before waiting up to 30 minutes for a ceremony to start. It like just ruins the whole rest of the day. People usually get there half an hour before the ceremony starts, so you want to try to get down that aisle on time. Now, the other pet peeve is when couples make their guests wait between the ceremony and the reception while they're taking pictures. Now, this all boils down to the timeline. If you have a good planner, this should not be a problem. But I've seen it done, and I've seen it done more than I like to see it. And guests are just standing around hungry, thirsty, wanting to sit down, hot, cold, whatever. Anything that makes guests feel uncomfortable is a big WTF for me. I mean, come on, people. Okay, so bridal party. Oh, the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, they are WTF material sometimes. And one of the things I see that I just really hurts my heart is when bridal party members aren't team players. We did a wedding recently where the bride stepped out of her dressing room and no one in the bridal party even said, "Hey, you look beautiful." Everyone was so worried about their own thing. We had some bridal party members that were so worried about taking care of their children who were at the wedding that they weren't in it to win it. I mean, when you're asked to be a bridesmaid or a groomsman, that's an honor. So take it seriously, show up, be a team player, and be a good bridesmaid or groomsman. I mean, come on, get someone to babysit your kids. I mean, you're in the bridal party, be all in. The other thing that I see that's kind of crazy, but it's a big WTF for me, is when I see bridal party members freak out about their partner, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their spouse have to walk with someone else in the bridal party. Really? It's 4 seconds walking down the aisle. It's not like they're having an affair. I mean, come on, get over it. So what if they walk with another person? Come on, grow up. I think you have bigger problems. Maybe you need some therapy. WTF? This is for the guests at the wedding. Almost every wedding I'm at, I see something that makes me scratch my head, that makes me go, what are you thinking? That makes me go, WTF. Sometimes I see guests sit down, and when they're served their dinner, which by the way, you didn't have to pay for it, okay, it's free, and it's served to you, and they ask for something else. Or, I mean, come on, it's being catered, it's pre-planned. I get it if you have a dietary restriction and you need to have something substituted, but just because you don't like what's in front of you, too bad. Work around it on your plate. Go get food afterwards. It's not polite to send it back and ask for oh my God, I can't even get over it. Another big WTF with you guests is when you make really long, painfully long toasts. I mean, are you only thinking of yourself? Everything is planned out, okay? Do you realize that this couple paid for the band or the DJ, that they're there for a certain number of hours, that maybe other people need to make toasts? I've seen people stand up there and make 30-minute toasts. I mean, that's completely outrageous, it's inappropriate, and a wedding is not the place for that. So stop with the long toasts. Okay, guests. Why do you bring people who were not invited? What is it with that? I mean, where do you think you get the permission to do that? Here's the deal. Let me just tell you this once. On the invitation, there's a name, okay? If it says your name and nothing else, that's just you that's invited. It doesn't mean that you get to bring somebody. If it says and guest, then you can bring someone. Do you get it? Either bring a guest or not bring a guest. But do you know what a pain it is to bring someone that's not invited? It puts all of us out. Now, as a planner, we always keep some extra chairs at certain tables just in case this happens. And we give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes. Sometimes the RSVP didn't make it in the mail. Things happen, we get it. But intentionally bringing someone that's not invited to an event? I mean, come on, get real. WTF? Okay, now the dream team, and I love a good dream team, but it's not always a dream. And sometimes we see some WTFs in the area of the vendors. One of the things I see that is such a big no-no, and I just don't get why anyone would do this, is where vendors bring unnecessary people to the wedding. And I get it if the person they bring has a job to do, but sometimes the DJ will bring his girlfriend and then she eats. It's really? I've seen situations where DJs have brought their girlfriends and some other poor vendor didn't get their meal because she ate the other vendor's meal. I mean, hello? How stupid is that? Leave her home. Unless she's doing something there that serves a purpose, there's no point in bringing unnecessary people, okay? Leave them home. Vendors that bring bad attitudes or beefs about other vendors to a wedding, that is just really no bueno, big WTF, big no-no. leave it at home, check it at the door, okay? Be professional, walk in and do your job and enjoy it. It's not a place to bring beefs or to bring attitudes. Another thing I've seen with vendors that's a big like, what the f***, is vendors that show up and haven't done any preparation. You know, I mean, they got a timeline, you know, and they come up, sometimes they'll go up to the bride, or sometimes they'll come up, you know, like an uninformed DJ that didn't do any preparation will come up to me and go, you know, can you ask the bride what she wants for such and such? You know, and it's like, really? You know, you didn't get that information before, you didn't look at your timeline. You know, it's not rocket science, guys. Just like, do your homework, do your preparation, and show up informed. You know, that's just being professional at the very least. Okay, I'm all worked up now. You know, and that's because I like to see weddings go smoothly. I like to see weddings go perfectly. I like everybody to have a good time. And as a planner, that's something that I take pains to make sure it happens. But you know what? Sometimes things are out of your control. Some things happen. Sometimes you get blindsided. Sometimes, like I said, you just want to go WTF. And you know, you do what you can to address the situation, but you know what? I mean, come on people, I hope that you got some takeaway from this. Be a good guest, be a gracious guest, be a good bridal party member, be a team player, and brides and grooms, think about your guests, okay? Don't be inconsiderate. And vendors, come on, be professional. Thanks guys for watching Weddings by Cled. Remember to subscribe. It brings you fresh new content every single week and helps me realize my dreams.